Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. You'll notice something different. I have absolutely no makeup on and I'm actually not planning on putting on any makeup in this video. This has been a very highly requested video and I've been waiting to do it for a while now to make sure that I have the technique down and that I can give you guys as much information as possible, and that is on Jade rollers. So you guys have probably seen they're super popular right now. There's also a technique called gua sha, which I've talked about before, and I actually tend to do more gua sha than jade rolling now. I felt like jade rolling was a good way to get in the habit of doing a facial massage, to add it to my routine, and now I've sort of graduated to gua sha. But certainly if I need to do something quick, if I want something that's especially easy, then I do use the jade roller. So if you guys are new to facial massage or lymphatic drainage, if you don't know what that even means, we will cover all of that today. I would definitely recommend the jade roller technique to start if you're, like I said, new to any of these terms. So I think there's a couple things that we should go over before I actually show you guys how to use a jade roller, and that is the tool that I'll be using, the products that I'll be using with the tool, a little bit about lymphatic drainage, a little bit about jade rolling. So jade rolling is a type of facial massage where you use a jade roller. I know, shocking. Jade is a stone that has a long history of clearing impurities, helping with anxiety. It's a beautiful stone that holds a lot of meaning to a lot of people, and that is why we're using the jade roller. It also is wonderful at staying cool, which really helps when you're doing a massage to depuff and reduce inflammation. The one thing that you need to be careful of if you are trying to buy yourself a jade roller is that a lot of places will sell knockoffs, so it will actually be glass that's been colored to be jade. So I would recommend definitely doing your research or purchasing this one. I actually got it from Aaliyah Beauty, so of course everything will be linked down below. But yeah, just be wary. If it's really cheap, it's probably not real. Not that these are particularly expensive, you only need one in your lifetime. Those like $2-3 ones are definitely not the real deal, so be cautious of that. So then there becomes the question of why even have a jade roller, and there's a few reasons. So the first reason and the most obvious reason is it's a very relaxing facial massage technique. So it's a moment in your routine where you can sort of connect with your body. You can relax the muscles in your face, which we use so much to make so many expressions throughout the day. But the deeper level of why we do it is for two reasons. So the first is muscle relaxation, like I said, which can help with fine lines and wrinkles, with headaches, any tension that you feel. It improves circulation because you're loosening the muscles, and blood flow becomes easier throughout your face. Because of that increased circulation, you can get a bit of a glow, and it can just help with moving around impurities. On that note, there's a second part of jade rolling, which is actually a lymphatic drainage massage. So this is where jade rolling gets a little bit confusing. If you just Google jade rolling videos, you'll see a million different techniques, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. But the two techniques are really, one's for muscle relaxation and firming, and the other is for lymphatic drainage. So if you see me going in upward motions on my face, that's for muscle relaxation and is more like a massage to your face. If you see me moving outward, then that is for lymphatic drainage. So our lymph nodes are all over our body. It's a very important part of our immune system. That's what drains toxins, but it's not like our cardiovascular system where there's something pumping it. So sometimes we need to manually stimulate our lymphatic system and lymph nodes to make sure that it's draining all of the toxins properly. So important lymph nodes to be aware of, we have a lot in our neck. Our armpits actually have a ton of lymph nodes, so everything can drain towards your armpits. They're a very important part of your body. Underneath our chin, we have a lot of lymph nodes. Behind our ear and in this general area, we have lymph nodes. And those are sort of the areas that we'll be targeting today once I show you guys how to do the jade roller. But if that feels very confusing to you, then all you need to remember is upwards is for firming and tightening, and outwards is for lymphatic drainage. And lymphatic drainage will give you some of the same benefits as going upwards. Lymphatic drainage, again, really increases circulation. It takes away a lot of puffiness. So if you tend to have puffiness around your eyes, that will really help drain the fluid out of your face. It also increases circulation. Again, you can get that glow, and if you suffer from acne, it can be very helpful in moving some of the toxins and some of the fluid and stuff that gets built up and reducing inflammation on those sensitive areas. Another benefit of doing jade rolling, especially at night, I'm doing it in the morning, which you can obviously do, but if you want to do it at night, it can also really help products absorb into your skin. So that's an important reason to always be using very high quality products when you're doing jade rolling. If you're not usually someone who puts high quality products on your skin, I would definitely recommend investing even just for this like once a week or twice a week ritual. And that way you're getting the maximum benefit of doing jade rolling. So I'm going to show you guys what I use. I always start off with a hydrating spray, and this is just to sort of prep my skin and get it ready to absorb the products that I'm about to put on. This is the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator. And then after that, depending on how dry my skin is or if I'm doing it in the morning or nighttime, I'll either just do a pump or two of the May Lindstrom Youth Dew, which is an oil, or I'll do a drop of this with a little bit of May Lindstrom's Blue Cocoon. This is a beautiful blue balm texture that's wonderful for moisturizing your skin. So today, I think since it is the morning, I'm just gonna use the Youth Dew. And I'm gonna start off by generously spraying my skin with this hydrating accelerator. I'm just gonna use my hands to press that into my skin. And I'm doing this really lightly. Next, I'm going to take a pump of the May Lindstrom Youth Dew. You really don't need a lot. This is just for a little extra slip. I'm going to rub my palms together. This is to warm up the product a little. And then I'm just going to press it into my skin gently. And bring it down my neck. It is important to have a little slip to your skin so that you don't pull and tug when you're using the jade roller. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little. And this is good to do when you're just getting out of the shower, when you have a towel on, and that way you can do a little bit of your neck too. I'm just gonna rub whatever's left of that oil on the back of my hands because I have dry hands and why waste product. So this jade roller has two ends. You have a small end and a large end, which I really like. So the large end is what we'll be using primarily. The small end is gonna be for the under eye area. I think you guys are gonna be shocked by how easy this is, but it's really about just finding what feels good for you and what technique you like. And the pressure we're going to be using is a light pressure, especially when we're focusing on outward motions towards the lymph nodes. We're going to be using extraordinarily light pressure. When you're doing upward motions, say on our cheeks, you can go a little bit harder, but really it's a light motion. Another thing you can do is actually pop this in the fridge, which I know a lot of people do, and just press it around the eye area. It already has such a cooling sensation to it that I don't find that I need to really put it in the fridge, but if you want some extreme coolness, go ahead and do that. So I'm going to start with outward motions. So starting at the center of my chin, I'm just going to go along my jawline a few times. And I usually do it like 3 to 5 times before moving upwards. Again, moving upwards, and I'm going towards my ear now because I'm on my cheek. Moving a little bit higher on my cheek, moving upwards. Do the other side. You can really spend however much time you want on certain areas. For example, I have a really tight jaw, so I might do a few more on my jaw. And you'll probably notice that your face will go a little bit pink. Don't press too hard where it's like bright red, but if it goes a little bit pink, that's okay. On my forehead, I'm gonna actually start in the center by just moving up. And then when I'm actually going out to the side, I'm sort of gonna angle it and go up and out. Again, I'm really not pressing hard, but you can see how much blood flow that gives. Another important tip to remember is you're only going one way. So you'll see people going back and forth, and that's really tugging and pulling at your skin. So you're going one way, lifting, setting it down, and going again. I'm going to move to the side of my brow and continue going up. This feels really good over your temples. And for the eye area, I'm going to switch over to be using the smaller side, and we're going to start at the very corner of our eye and drag upwards and outwards 3 times. And I'm going to move slightly inward and do the same thing. Again, slightly inward, doing the same thing. And we're just gradually moving closer to the center of the eye. And we're starting at the outer corner, so we sort of loosen the fluid there, and then are able to move everything from the inner corner out a little bit easier. The whole eye. Again, very, very light pressure when you're around your eye. So you can see, I think, a pretty big difference between my eyes. This one is still pretty puffy from the morning, and this one is a lot more awake, and even my brow is a little bit higher. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side, starting at the outer corner outward 3 times, moving in, very light pressure, and then finally the whole eye. To start draining some of the fluid further down, because now it's sort of all collected back here, I'm going to go on the sides of my neck, behind my ear, and really gently roll downward just 3 times. Behind my ear, rolling down 3 times. I'm going to roll very softly across and down my neck on both sides. And like I said, the number doesn't matter as much as what feels good. So just listen to your body, and if you find a knot or you need a little bit more, then just do that. And then very softly, I'm going to roll downward, starting at my jawline, rolling down towards my collarbone. Just do that 2 or 3 times on each side. Now from your collarbone, I just use my hands and just stroke outwards towards my armpits to sort of complete that lymphatic drainage set. And then it's time to go back in and just work on your face a little bit. So for example, I'm going to start doing some upward strokes on my cheeks. You can feel I have a lot of tension sort of in this area. So I'm just going to spend some time working my cheeks upwards. And now that we're going upwards and not outwards, it's focusing more on muscle relaxation, not as much about lymphatic drainage. Do the same on the other side. I'm going to use the smaller end on my chin a little. And then up around my mouth, just because it's easier. And then wherever you have tension, you can just go over. So I carry a lot of tension and a lot of expression in my forehead. So I'm just going to do upward motions, which are sort of similar to the outward motions we've already done, but it doesn't hurt to do them again. And again, I'm not pressing very hard, super light touch. And I'm just going to finish off by sort of tapping over the areas that I did. This is just going to wake up your face. This is especially nice in the morning. It's very like feather light tapping. Down my neck, on my chest. And there you go. That is sort of a finished Jade roller routine. We got some muscle relaxation in. We definitely got some lymphatic drainage in. For me, the lymphatic drainage is more important than the muscle tension, but that's just on my face, so you have to decide what's going to work best for you. My recommendation would be to work in strokes of 3 to 5 to start, and then once you get a hang of it, you can kind of build on top of that and see what feels good. It's definitely one of those things that the more you do it, the more of a difference you'll notice. And it's just like a very special time to sort of connect with yourself and take a second to relax. I know I always feel much more relaxed after doing it, and definitely doing it right before bed is really nice because I feel like I sleep so much better and I wake up and my skin is a lot softer, and whatever product I had on my skin I feel like penetrated a lot more. So all the products that I used in the Jade roller that I would recommend are linked down below. If you guys end up trying this out, I would love to know what you think, if you think it makes a difference. Also let me know if you want a gouache gua sha tutorial. It's a lot of the same products, it's just a different tool and a different technique. It's a lot slower, it's a little bit more precise. So definitely something that you want to know about before you just jump in to do yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for being so patient. I know a lot of you had requested it and I'm sorry it took so long, but I'm happy I was able to do it for you and I hope it was helpful. All right guys, as always, make sure to subscribe for videos that always feature clean, green beauty. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Bye!